Welcome to the Friendly Podcast Guide, sorting through podcasts so you don't have to. I'm Andy Smiley, and I want to help you discover the right podcast without having to listen to an entire episode. Now, let's talk podcasts. Hello! We are still going strong in our month of double the episodes for my birthday. I have loved celebrating in the traditions of the hobbits of Middle-earth. I hope you have too. The Lucy Liu Show is an amazing podcast by Lucy Liu, who isn't the celebrity, but I personally think she should be a celebrity. I can't wait for you to hear about the unique reasons she started her podcast. But first, here are some details about the show. The show description is, "Hello there, amazing. Balancing life can be tough. Join me and my guests each Thursday as we fuel your mind. If you are a high achiever who aspires to uplevel your business and transform your life without burnout, this is the podcast for you." The length of each episode is between 5 and 15 minutes long, and it is completely kid ear friendly. The series is ongoing with new episodes available on Thursdays. Before we learn more about the vibe of the show, we're going to take a quick break to talk about leaving a rating or review for the Friendly Podcast Guide. Would you rate and review the Friendly Podcast Guide as a gift to me for my birthday? The two main places to do that are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It would mean so much to me if you could give me a positive review. I read every single one, and they make my heart so happy. Now we get to hear from Lucy about how her daughter continually inspires her. I am so excited to have Lucy Liu on the podcast today from the Lucy Liu Show. And can you introduce yourself a little bit, Lucy?
Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for having me, Andy. So I am a life coach. I help especially women confidently level up and live the beautiful and most epic life that you deserve.
I absolutely love that. I feel like we all want to live epic lives, right? So you've got to tell me, why did you want to make your podcast?
Well, there's two parts to that. One, I want to provide as much value to my audience. So it is a freebie for me, for you can work with me, or you can even get nuggets of gold from my free content. So my podcast is just that. And also it's one of my way of breaking my own limiting beliefs. I help other people confidently rise and shatter their self-imposed glass ceilings and limiting beliefs. And my name was always one of my own limiting beliefs. I have the name of someone who's very famous, a celebrity someone I love that I can't even hate on her, right? Because she's so talented. And with that, it used to be my biggest hindrance in life, sharing the same name as a celebrity. And I think that hindered me from doing anything in life because you just do not see another Julia Roberts or Angelina Jolie out there in the world, right? So I always felt like I was nobody. And in order to shatter that belief, I knew that I had to talk the talk and walk the walk. So I am here. Another limiting belief that I always had was that even though I graduated from a very nice university, and because I'm a child of immigrants, I always felt that my English isn't good enough. So these are beliefs that we all have in some form. Yours might look different, but it's that little voice telling you that you're not good enough, you need more certification, or any belief that you have right now in your head about your life, your business. And that's what I did to shatter my own limiting beliefs and just calling it the Lucy Liu Show.
That is absolutely wonderful. I feel like I totally get that. I feel like before I started my podcast, I was like, who am I to start a podcast? Like, who wants to listen to me? But I feel like, I had to work through that and be like, you know what? Someone might want to listen to me. And if nothing else, I want to do this for me. So I love that. I feel like almost any creative project, I feel like is working through some sort of limiting belief. And I love that you're getting two out of the way at the same time. What do you want people to get out of your show? I feel like you kind of touched on it, but let's dive a little deeper.
I'm all about confidence, clarity, joy. So I have solo episodes where I'm just giving a 5-minute quick dose of inspiration because we eat food throughout the day because we need it, right? And people always ask me, how do you stay motivated, Lucy? And guess what? I listen to a lot of motivational speeches, and I hope my solo episodes are that you get a quick 5-minute dose of fuel to your life so that you're on top with your mindset. And with my interviews, I alternate between experts in both personal and business so that you're growing your career, work, business, and personal mindset all at the same time. Very short episodes, like speed dating type of questions to my experts, like within 15 minutes.
I love that. That's fun. Speed dating an expert. I feel like not how we usually get information from experts. So I feel like that's nice to get just quick answers, stuff to help you right then and then move on. I love that. How would you describe the vibe of your show?
I would say calm yet uplifting. Like I'm all about calm, compassionate confidence. We know there are loud people out there in the world, and I have nothing against that. I'm just not her, right? I'm not like, wow, I empower my clients. I give them confidence, but at the same time, I'm mostly calm. I'm not so loud. I am not out there like, putting profanity out there in the world or anything in order to do so. So that's what I think is the vibe of my confident, inspiring, but yet, peaceful and compassionate.
I love that. I love those descriptions. And I feel like we can all use a little more calm in our lives, right? I feel like, especially as a mom, I feel like just being able to plug in and listen to something calm for a minute sounds absolutely wonderful. What is your favorite episode or couple of episodes? Because I know it's hard to choose just one.
Yeah, I stared at, you're one of the very few hosts who have questions that are very similar in every episode. So I know what's coming, but it was still difficult. And one of the main pillars of my style of coaching is that I help people make fast decisions. So when I had no idea, I'm just going to go with my first episode because it talks about me and why I started this podcast and my journey to Uprise, so that maybe it'll give you a little jolt of confidence to do it yourself because it's such a fun journey.
I love that. I feel like with most podcasts, the first episode is kind of telling as to like who the podcast host is. I feel like, and then you kind of go from there into deeper stuff and branch from there. But I love the idea of the first episode being your favorite. That's so fun. And is your podcast okay for little ears?
Oh, yes. No explicitity.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just like to let my listeners know so they can know if they need to plug in or if they can just like listen to it in the car during, oh my goodness, like road trips or whatever, I guess, whenever little kids are around.
I put out content that I'm okay with my daughter watching or listening for sure.
Okay. That's
because
perfect.
They're watching. And I think I'm doing what I'm doing for my daughter because I want her to grow up with confidence and live the epic life she deserves. So, and I've gotten comments from her teacher that she's really confident. So that really comforts me in knowing that I'm doing the right things, right? And
yes.
May I remind you that my first episode, even though I said it's my favorite, it's because I made the decision to take the leap to do it. Mm-hmm. The sound quality is bad, right? I don't talk as good as I do now. And I was nervous, very nervous, right? But it's a reminder for you that you can get started today.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Oh, and I love that your daughter's confident. I feel like that is such an awesome compliment to get as a mom of a daughter. Like, I feel like that is the goal, isn't it? To have confident, fabulous, like just bold humans that we're raising. I love that. Okay. Is there anything else that we haven't touched on yet that you want to talk about?
Oh, I thank you for putting out this podcast, Andy. You're doing an amazing job putting out this podcast into the world. I love this space that you have created. So thank you. And if you're listening, more blessings are coming your way.
You are so sweet. Thank you. And where can people find you?
If you're interested in coaching, you can go to lucylucoaching.com. And I have a freebie at Confident and Epic. That's one word, all spelled out, .com, Confident and Epic. And if you're ready for next level, you can grab the ultimate secret I have to double your confidence in 30 seconds.
That is amazing. I love that. Okay. I will make sure to link all of that in the show notes so people can jump right to it. And thank you so much for being on my show. I am so excited for my listeners to become as epic and confident as your daughter.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you want to hear about more podcasts from me, please follow or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. And just a reminder, for my birthday month, could you please rate or review this podcast? It would mean the world to me. Talk to you soon.